So I have the honor of being the panel lead for this outstanding panel that has come together to share knowledge and experiences on the important life skill of intra-communication. So due to repeated experiences or impactful emotional experiences, our brains create self-talk. And this self-talk is created in an effort to protect ourselves. Sometimes this self-talk is helpful and beneficial in helping us focus or think through situations, initiate creativity, or to even comfort ourselves. Or it can be as simple as, where did I leave my keys? So self-talk is important, but sometimes it can also be very unhelpful. It can create fearful or anxious thoughts. The Cleveland Clinic in the U.S. says that 90% of our thoughts are repetitive and 80% are negative. So I have been placed on this panel to present first, and I'm very anxious to hear what the other presenters have to say. My new friends from Australia. So I'm going to present my talk and look forward to hearing what they have to share with all of you on this important life skill. So, I'm going to start with a story of an experience that happened to me. It's going to sound like a fable type of story, but it's something that actually happened to me. I live in the United States, in the state of Wisconsin, and we have very defined seasons. And this was the fall season. And I had the afternoon to myself. And I decided to go out. It was just this gorgeous day. And I decided to go out and sit on the deck and read. And so I settled myself in, and I look up, and there's just this gorgeous blue sky. And there was a tree overhanging the deck that the leaves were just this bright yellow against this blue sky. And there was the temperature was perfect. There was no wind. It was just perfection. And I was filled with joy that I was getting to enjoy this moment. So I settled in and I start reading my book. And for some reason, I don't know why, I stopped reading and I looked up. And as I looked up, there was this shimmering, glittering something falling from the leaves of that tree. And I'm looking in amazement. I've never seen anything like this. It's just this glittery, shimmering. It's just beautiful, sparkling in the sunlight. And it's just falling gently down. And I'm looking around. There's no breeze. What caused this? I don't know. And it's all just coming right around me. Nowhere else. And I'm just enjoying this. And then I look. And all of this beautiful, glittering, shimmering turned out to be bugs. There were bugs everywhere around me. I was surrounded in insects crawling around. Now I was angry. I was so mad. I was enjoying this beautiful time and this beautiful glittering, and now I'm surrounded in bugs and I'm mad. Here I was enjoying myself. Now I have to go in the house and not sit and read my book in this beautiful setting because I'm surrounded by bugs. So I'm going to tell you where things went after that. But before I want to share where my learning is or was as I processed what I was experiencing. Because that helps me understand what occurred. And I'm a person that loves science, so science helps me have an understanding of what was happening. So, I have always believed that babies are born as pure joy and love. And we need to do all that we can to help them be all that they are. Due to an inspired moment when I was 18 years old and I was deciding what I wanted to go into for my career, I had this inspired moment where I was sitting with my family and we were watching a children's choir. And while I was watching those children, the thought occurred to me, all of the adults in those children's lives don't know all they could know to help those children become all they have the potential to become. So I thought, I want to learn all I can to help those children be all that they can possibly be. And what I realized was that children develop being influenced by adults that don't remember that they themselves were born as pure joy. So that's the point of Parenting 2.0, isn't it? So that we realize that everyone's somewhere in the learning process, and we accept that. But these newborns come in, and they're pure joy and pure love, and they're needing acceptance. They're needing nurturing. They're needing responsiveness. And through that consistent, responsive nurturing, they're developing their self-perception and their view of the world. And this physically becomes wired in their brains. So if this doesn't occur, this responsive, consistent nurturing doesn't occur, a child will always be trying to get this need met and will work to overcome a lack of self-worth. At the time of this story that I was telling you of sitting out on my deck, being covered in bugs, it was about the time where the the technology was advanced so that we were getting more research on early brain development. And I became so excited. We have this research now, we have this science to show us what children actually need. Because when I went through my bachelor's degree program in early childhood education, it was only based on theory and behavioral studies, because it was so many years ago. So this research was so exciting to me, and I wanted to share it and make everyone aware of how we understand now how experiences impact the way in which a child's brain is going to develop. So I realized that we had the opportunity to provide the most positive experiences, that was going to influence the brains. So I learned that children's brains were developing at the rate of 1 million connections per second based on the experiences that they were exposed to. So I became a brain development specialist and knew this information will help wire brains so that children will know that they're worthy of love and positive experiences. I simply wanted children to know they are valuable as a unique individual, and that they not believe that they are invaluable or not accepted or not pure joy. And thought about how labels are created from infancy. What's the first thing we want to know about a baby? Is it a boy or a girl, right? We're putting a label, an expectation on them right from the start. Is it a fussy baby or is it a good baby? It starts right away. Well, then next I learned that the brain not only wires based on experience, but also our thoughts. Just as experiences create electrical chemical transmissions between brain cells, so do our thoughts. The brain doesn't know the difference between a real event or something that is imagined, a thought. So repeated thoughts become beliefs, and these become wired in our brains as pathways. Focused attention reinforces these pathways. 1 hour of focused attention can double the number of connections in neural pathways. So our self-talk makes an incredible impact on our lives. What we repeat strengthens pathways and becomes core beliefs. From there, I learned that not only the brain influences our lives, but as the Heart Math Institute, their research demonstrates that our heart also has neurons, and it sends more signals to our brain than our brain sends to our heart. Of course, I found this fascinating and incredibly important to start sharing. So to share this understanding, I created and trademarked a new term called neuro-nurturing. The focus is on actually providing nurturing for the pure love and essence of each child, and help each child develop with beliefs and labels wired in their brain, and not let the brain get in the way. Because the brain doesn't know who you really are. As Dr. Joe Dispenza shares, your personality creates your personal reality. So where I am now in my understanding is that not only our experiences and our thoughts have an influence, it is our reaction to our experiences and our emotions related to our thoughts that impact our lives. So originally I thought it was experiences, then I learned it was thoughts. Now I learned it's our emotion and reactions to those thoughts and experiences. This happens right down to the cellular level. Emotions direct our energy. Ever since my grandmother died when I was 16, I have been an optimist. I recently have been accused of viewing life too much through rose-colored glasses. But a wealth of scientific research is demonstrating that living this way is our optimal state. Rose-colored glasses are necessary for your cells to thrive. Dr. Bruce Lipton, world-renowned cellular biologist and author of the Biology of Beliefs, states, positive thoughts are a biological mandate for a happy, healthy life. With this understanding, I will share the end of my story. Remember, I was very angry, surrounded by bugs. Well, you know that expression, I changed my mind? Well, that's what I did. I decided to not let it bug me. I decided to get back to joy. I decided that I wanted to enjoy my time again, and I wasn't going to let these bugs bug me. So I shook the bugs off of my book, and I decided I'm just going to focus on enjoying that time anyway. The very second I did that, the bugs all sprouted wings and flew away. Within 2 seconds, there was not one bug left. I changed my mind, and it changed my energy, and it changed my experience. Energy flows where attention goes. I am now trying to remember to feel joy as much as possible and share this understanding with my dream of every child developing, knowing they are the energy of pure love and joy in their heart.